Welcome to Below the 49th, a perspective on my neighbor to the south below the 49th. I'm Michael A. Charbon. Today's title, You Okay, America? Are you that person who is concerned about your neighbor's health and wants to check in on them? You know, a common phrase is when America sneezes, Canada catches a cold. Because we above the 49th parallel watch what's going on below the 49th. And in many cases, we feel the effects. In this instance, I look at America and folks, it looks like you guys are in great trouble and you're gasping for air. An open border crisis with mysterious clandestine flights at night shipping illegal aliens into cities and states that have no idea of the human cargo being delivered. Crime stats that are frightening, social issues that are actually promoting job discrimination based on color under the guise of social reform, and a media that reports selective news to disguise the reality and the seriousness of the situation. Oh yeah, and a giggling Washington czar. But really, America, I gotta ask you, are you okay? So I get it. Some Americans hated the last administration's leader. But now some people have come to the realization that regardless of the messenger's ill delivery and at times pompous Twitter crap, many of the party's policies were actually the best policies for American safety and the economy. And that the predicted horrible governance of the new regime has unfortunately come to pass. So here's a little check of the pulse of America and to reflect on the message deliverers. Because what I've been reading and seeing has some major discrepancies and it's pretty scary. See, at the Catastrophic News Network, or CNN, who keeps shilling for the current geriatric leader, it's not reporting news now. It's partisan, one-sided avoidance of any other perspective. Where's the objectivity, guys? Then you have the Ministry of Social Non-Broadcast Crap, or MSNBC, actually propping up a woman who I believe truly can't read, promoting an opinion that is so biased and divisive that even after yelling at the TV and switching the channel, my blood pressure remains dangerous. I get absolutely no joy whatsoever from watching this troubled, obsessed woman. America, why are you tolerating this person? While the sole opposition to the left media echo chamber shillers is the flagship opposite X Factor, or Fox, who, by the way, is the most watched news network in America, which just pisses off anybody named Joy or anybody who suggests that they're reliable sources on TV. Ratings. Now, Fox beats the border drum while Hannity hangs the administration out to dry. He talks to the 45th for an hour, and the government spies on Carlson. What? While Gutfeld is the only real political genius on TV. Now listen, this short little running shoe-clad commentator makes fun of the stupidity in Washington while racking up huge viewer ratings, big time. He is today's real political satirist. But really, with all that said about Fox, America, are you okay? So let's talk about murder rates. Now there's a first date opening conversation with your Tinder partner. As reported by the Fraternal Order of Police, which compared homicides of 2020 to 2021 as of today, homicide rates, Philadelphia is up 40%, Minneapolis 50%, New York City 22%, LA 27%, Washington D 35%, and the real winner in this lottery is the Portland rate, which is up 800%. That's the murder rate. Then the leader of the free world says, we're going to combat these murders by cracking down on gun dealers and legal gun owners. How many gun members are gang members? How many gang members are legal gun owners and go casually to a gun show to purchase their next murder weapon? Hi, how are you? Is this hard to conceal? Oh, and can I shave off the numbers really easily? Oh, and how is the accuracy rating on this gun for a speeding car in a drive-by? Yeah, right. I hate to say it, but the 7 cities I mentioned are all bastions of the new woke culture. And that asinine mayor of Chicago, she should be replaced ASAP. Because the National Guard has to come out soon to rescue those poor people who see 70 people shot dead every weekend. It's terrible. What a piece of work. Why don't you ask the Chicago 15th Ward Alderman what he thinks? He'd give you a whole bunch. One solution, mayors, why don't you try to enforce the gun laws you have on the books and lock up the hoodlum criminals? Nope. Bring them in. Oh, you poor oppressed, accused, misguided, systemic result of social reaction. Here, let me hold your hand. And you go back on the streets and go back to what you were doing. Right. Oh, and that progressive great idea to defund police? Nice job, boys. 800% rise in crime in the home of defund the police, Portland. Right. Hey, hun, why don't we just grab our bulletproof jackets and helmets and go to Portland? We'll bring the kids. I hear there's a lot to do at night. We can shoot the breeze. Even an insane congresswoman had the gall to suggest on tape that America should completely dismantle law enforcement, the criminal justice system, and prisons, creating a kinder, fairer system, and start all over. Yeah, just like the great example of your former country of Somalia that she left. Goodness gracious. Now for the wackos who troll below the 49th and say, oh, gun stats. You're cherry picking, Michael. More people die of car accidents. So here's another bunch of stats for those who are dwelling under rocks that you might be interested in, possibly. I'll speak real slow here so you can catch this. Hate crimes in New York City are up 116%. Carjackings in Oakland, 104% up. Rape in Atlanta, up 97%. Auto theft in New Orleans, up 22%. Arson in LA, 20%. So your solution is to defund the police and do what New York City did. All those suspects charged with looting, setting fires, thefts, and shooting. We'll just dismiss them all. Yeah? No cash bail. Let them back on the streets. Bye-bye. Go to what you're going to do. America, for goodness sakes, are you okay? Have you been to the border? Oh, shh. Don't say. Oh, right. There's no crisis. The Washington giggler went to Texas. She's the czar, don't you know? Yep, went to the El Paso airport, did a photo op, went to a pleasant processing station, beautiful. Then back to the airport for another photo op and a press conference, and then she flew to LA. Fantastic. She didn't go to any hot spots at the actual border or meet with CBP officials dealing daily with thousands of illegals, hundreds of thousands per month. No. She didn't go to McAllen, Texas, the Rio Grande Valley, Roma, Mission, Texas, La Jolla, Texas. I'm Canadian, I even know those places. No, she literally had to stop over to the El Paso duty free and left. Now that's a border czar dealing with a non-crisis. This while human smuggling is at a 20-year high. The Mexican cartels are making obscene profits. And where CBP finds immigrant stash houses, where they all come together, 70 people crammed in one house, no ventilation, no proper facilities. Then tractor trailers criminally ship 50 people in an unventilated crammed truck. Oh, and some of these unfortunate undocumented immigrants are found dead on the roadside. And when checked for COVID, they're positive. I wonder if some of those illegals parachuted by the government in unsuspecting American cities just may be positive too. Do you think? Yeah, and when they get sick and bring their existing medical problems with them, how's your community hospital budget going to take that punch in the pocketbook? Oh, don't worry, your taxes and municipal taxes and federal taxes, they won't go up. It won't cost America anything. No. We're going to get the rich to pay. They're going to pay for everything. Customs and Border Patrol, they release stats on drugs seized from October 2020 to May 2021. These are the stats of the non-crisis. Ready for this? Marijuana, 261,000 pounds. Methamphetamine, just under, thank goodness, 126,000 pounds. Cocaine, 65,000 pounds. Fentanyl, 8,000 pounds. And almost 4,000 pounds of heroin. And those are the drugs they seized, not what's coming in. So this, while it's estimated that by 2022, 2 million new illegal aliens, that's in addition to the existing numbers of illegal aliens, will be hiding in plain sight, embedded in the U.S. underground economy. There's something to noodle. I wonder what that's going to cost. Speaking of existing numbers, New York is 1.15 million, Los Angeles 1 million, and Chicago about 450,000 of illegal aliens. These cities remain sanctuary cities that shield and attract illegal aliens upon entering the U.S. With California home to 4 of the top 20 American cities that have to deal with illegal immigrants, imagine that budget hit coming so very shortly. Oh, but please don't worry, there's no crisis. There's no crisis. California just raised their gas tax by 50 cents, so a gallon's like $4. Enjoy your fill-up. Are you okay, America? Is anybody listening to this stuff? Some observers are really alarmed, and I haven't even touched on the social agenda of cancel culture politicians. The message coming across the border is that if the soul of America is not only being tried, dismounted, and demolished, It's a gain-of-function experiment on American society, where capitalism, American excellence, and the rewards for achievement are being destroyed. Affirmative action has hit the employment ranks. Now we're getting a job depends on the color of your skin and checking an equity officer's employment opportunity box. Can you imagine that? America, are you okay? Then the same group of geniuses who want to control America's election process hold an election in New York and completely screw that up. Yeah, that's exactly who America wants to run their national elections. America, are you okay? I mean, really, some of us are very, very worried, and it's not getting better, it's getting worse. You know, it's interesting, in times of political unrest, music continues to play a revealing role in America. Listen to Toby Keith's new song, Happy Birthday, America, ironically released on Memorial Day. America, really, just your neighbor above the 49th, just checking in. Are you okay? Goodness, 2022 can't come any quicker. Finally, please click and share. If you do, kindly subscribe. If you leave a comment, I try to answer everyone, including the under rock people. I thank you for those considerations. And until next time, God bless and stay safe. I'm Michael A. Charbon for Below the 49th.